In the Philistine army that had threatened the army of Israel. They stood apart from each other on the top of hills
because
with
it's
valley
a
in
Bible
between.
story.
And he wanted one Israelite to fight him. And he said, if your army kills me, the Philistines will be your slaves. But if I kill your soldier, then you, O Israelites, will be our slaves. And over and over and over, he kept yelling this, and he kept saying, send me a man who will fight me. So over and over, Goliath kept yelling that at the Israelite army. And each time he did, that army just shook and trembled in fear. Nobody wanted to go and fight Goliath. They were too afraid. Now at that time, David, who we've been learning so much about, he was just a young shepherd boy. But several of his brothers were in the Israelite army, and they were fighting in the war, except of course nobody wanted to fight Goliath. Well, David's dad, whose name was Jesse, he asked David if he would take some food to all of his brothers fighting in the army. He wanted them to know that he was thinking of them. So David gathered food, and he made a long journey to the battle lines. David thought that he would arrive to the sound of battle and war cries and all of that, but he didn't. Instead, he saw the Israelite army hiding and shaking, and he heard Goliath just yelling his threats and his insults at them. And what really surprised and shocked David was that he even heard Goliath saying bad things about the one true God. And I think what really shocked him more than anything is that no Israelite was doing anything about it. So David began to ask those around him, is there no one who's going to fight this Goliath? And the soldiers said, we're all too afraid. He's so big and he's so strong. We just don't want to take him on. Can you imagine that, guys and girls? Grown men, they had been training for years and years to fight. But they did everything that a soldier shouldn't do. They backed off. So David spoke up and said, I will fight this giant. Even though he was young, David knew that because he trusted God, he would have all the help he needed to defeat the big giant Goliath. So today, you're going to learn how you can do the same as David did. You see, guys and girls, with God's help, we all can take on giant problems in our life, and we can defeat them.
Yes.
So our first point is this. Who's going to fight this giant?
Who's going to fight this giant?
He was much younger than the men in the army. Of course, he probably would have been fighting if he had been older. And it would have been really easy for David to say,
no?
It's not my problem. He could have given him excuses. I'm too little. I'm not strong enough. I just want to go and play with my friends. But there's something David understood. You're never too young to take on your own giants. See, David knew that something had to be done about Goliath. And since nobody else was making a move, he decided that with God's help,
baka may
he would
editor
take up the
siya.
challenge.
May mga taga-ano siya. But this one is live, di ba? Parang live.
That you guys have to deal with. But sadly, sometimes they think that because they're so young, they can't take them on. They just have to ignore them and hope they go away. But you know what happens instead of that? The giants get bigger and bigger. But God wants you to know that He can work in you and through you right now. Doesn't matter how old. No matter if you're 5 or 8 or 12 years old, you're not too young to defeat a giant. Why is that? Because it's not how old you are.
It's how much God is in you.
You see,
always remember that, Zoe.
Our lives has nothing to do with how old we are.
Okay?
Look, these berries. Oh,
Is it?
yeah,
That's not blueberry. That's a berry.
yeah.
It's raspberry.
Look.
You like it? You need to share it with your wonder
need to tell them what's that and what it tastes like. Thank you. Yum.
Yeah. This cake is so delicious.
It's You need to say, subscribe, click the bell button.
Subscribe, hit the bell button.
Thank you. Like and share.
Like and share.